Sam?
Huh?
I don't want to open my eyes, but, what's that?
Huh?
Why is this here? Oh. We're not being sucked in.
Not yet.
I mean, you're kind of closer. Do you feel any...
No, I'm fine. Just kidding.
Don't do that to me. Jesus. Yeah, you'll be worried there for a minute.
Oh, I think it's safe.
Okay. I mean, the kind of weird noise is a little bit distracting.
I'm sure we'll get used to it.
What should we do with this?
I don't know, let's just get rid of it.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like part of the family.
It's been here for a while, hasn't it?
But you're probably right, let's just get rid of it.
And this is for our ASMR friends.
Maybe movies. Goodn't back.
What was that?
It was kind of partly good and talk and partly welcome back.
I think that's what it was, but I can't believe I heard it came from your lips.
Hello, welcome back to Maybe Movies. We are celebrating our third Delirium Day. Cheers, everybody.
Clink.
Hello, my name is Max.
My name is Sam.
And welcome to Maybe Movies. This is the Delirium, where 3 years ago we found ourselves trapped to save us from the virus of unknown origin.
Of unknown origins.
And we are still here. I'm kind of imagining we're here now to save us from the machinations of the Bond villain that is Klaus Schwab.
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 I like that word. That sounds good. It sounds like a bad guy, but it still sounds really good to say.
Well, he's the head of the World Economic Fund, isn't he?
Oh. It's a bad guy.
Bad guy. Yes, the lovely man who had the Chinese premier as the keynote speaker at their last meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's normal. That's so normal.
They have your best interests at heart.
Don't question it.
So we are being spared from the Great Reset while we are here. Welcome back. For those of you who weren't with us before we took our month off, thank you to you. I don't know.
All of you.
Yes, that kind of got away from me a bit there. No, thank you to all of our new subscribers. We have passed the 250 mark.
You mad impetuous fools, you. Invite your friends.
Please do. Which does also mean that we have...
Ooh.
I'm assuming that's a drink at 300 bottle.
Chateau Delirium.
Mm-hmm.
Clive Barker's sock drawer.
Who comes up with these names? I mean, I'm kind of tempted now that we need to get to 300 so we can drink it, so that we can then get towards 400 to see what the next one's going to be called.
Yes. I have to admit, they're making effort now. Whoever they are.
See? It's not him. It's not him.
No,
okay, but for those of you who don't know what we do, we basically have the entirety of Cinemadum. Cinemadum. Yep, that one. Mm-hmm. To play around with, where we take a couple of films, we will pluck out certain characters from key films, drop them into the plots of the others, in an effort to ask the most important question of all, what if?
Oh, what if indeed?
Yes, I'm not going to do any one individual shout out today. This is just a general one for all of our friends and supporters. Thank you for your time, and long may it last.
So yes, every single one of you, thank you.
Before we get into what we're going to be looking at this month, There's one more thing we need to do, and that is the poll results from our June straight-up mashup of Snakes on a Plane and Terror at 37,000 feet.
Oh, God, I'd almost forgotten. Yes.
So had I. It's okay. So, of course, unfortunately, Chris can't be here with us.
Sorry, Chris.
Where is he, anyway? How did he get out?
You have to ask questions that make me think about stuff.
Okay, well, I'll carry on talking while you're thinking, okay?
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I have to agree.
So, ran the poll as we normally do on Twitter, on our Patreon, on LinkedIn, and on Instagram as well. As usual, we didn't get anything from Patreon, we didn't get anything from LinkedIn. From Twitter, we had one of our best results yet. We had 12 votes.
Yay! Double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
And that was 50-50.
Oh, right.
Okay, so added to our 3 votes for yes, it is a maybe movie, looking at 9-6.
9-6, okay.
And we had 2 from our Instagram poll, both for yes.
Oh, so a resounding yes all round,
A resounding yes all round. So, Snakes at 37,000 feet is a viable maybe movie, and there will be a bit of a fanfare right here. See, this is what happens when you have a month off. Okay. Fantastic. So, as to the most important thing, though, is what are we going to do next?
Yes, what are we going to do next? How do we start the next cycle?
I think I know how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes something like indie.
What?
Oh yeah. Well, it had to be something special. It had to be something special for our anniversary month. So yes,
that's special. So first question: there's only one Flash.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 indies, or well.
Oh, this one there's only 3. The other one's
there's only 3 indies. Good, that's the correct number.
Exactly.
That's the correct number. But there are 3 indies, and there's only one Flash. How do we resolve this?
On that one's nice and easy, because I thought we would have to go Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Okay, what's your logic on that one?
Both of these stories, these wild and wacky adventures, begin as a result of a plane crash.
Of course they do. Of course they do, yes. And it goes slightly wrong in very different ways.
Yes. I think there is... I was thinking about... There is going to be a little bit where... which one would you...
I'll hold on to Flash. You know, Flash was the first movie that I ever saw when I came to England.
Oh, fantastic.
So it is a very specific milestone movie for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Part of the reason why I love this as an idea is that obviously indie is a love letter to the pulp heroes of the 20s and 30s, but filmed in the 80s and set in the 30s. And you've got a pulp hero from the 20s and 30s reimagined for the 80s.
Oh, yep. Oh, it all works. It all works. I love it. It's a great idea. I love it. It's fantastic.
With these, kind of like when we did our original one, where we start them in the plot of the film from the beginning. It's like, with that one, you still get Daniel Russo and his mum leaving New Jersey, but it's the changeover point is when they get to their destination. I think the same is going to apply here to a bit, because I think the opening of these films should stay the same.
Yes, I'll be honest, I gave it a tiny moment of thought, and especially with Indy, Flash isn't going to have the same intro as him, even if you put him into that same situation somehow. And let's be honest, we haven't started the movies yet, so let's just, because movie...
Fantastic.
And agree that the switchover happens during the flight.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that's a little foamy. Are you okay there?
Mm-hmm. I probably should have gone, because that's going to give people some very strange ideas about.
Nothing else you've done before this moment is going to give people weird ideas.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on very swiftly. So I've got 1980, 1984, both about the same length. This is slightly longer. This is about an hour and 52. That's about an hour and 46.
Oh, right. On the Blu-ray, mine was 158 and
really?
151 or 152. So there was literally 5 minutes between them.
I don't know. So maybe I wonder if they've had it, if that's on the Blu-rays, I wonder if that's, some of that would be taken up with extra credits for the Blu-ray conversion. Could be.
I've never watched it all the way through. Once you get to the end credits, you're like, movie's done. It's not like it's Marvel days.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
so...
in terms of swapping stuff around.
Oh, talking about Marvel days, you realise this may be one of the first movies that did the end credits sting? Because there's the bit right at the end of the credits when the ring gets picked up and it goes, the end? Question mark?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is.
That's 28 years before Nick Fury doing the Avengers sting.
Exactly, yeah.
See? Random thoughts that I never had before.
There's also, again, some other lovely little kind of parallels between these. It's got certain people in it in very minor roles that is blink and you'll miss them. So obviously that's got Dan Aykroyd, hasn't it?
I'm Weber. I spoke with your assistant. We've managed to...
Yes.
And that's got Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane? Where's Robbie Coltrane?
He's the dog's body at the airport that helps them get onto the plane right at the start. You see his hand come in, handing the bag to Flash as he gets on the plane at the start. But right at the beginning, you see him. He's the guy in the white overalls that you see at a distance.
Did not realise. Never knew that. And I've watched these movies so many times.
Yeah, it's literally...
That's a little bit embarrassing. Never realised that. Yeah. In my head, the first movie that Robbie Coltrane was in was Krull.
It's been a long time. I think I've seen it once or twice, maybe.
The robber types that they pick up along the way. Yes. One of them is Robbie Coltrane, and the leader of them is Liam Neeson. Oh
wow! Oh my god! We'll have to go back and revisit that at some point. In terms of who's getting switched, I was thinking that it's pretty obvious. Indy, Willie, and Shorty.
This is one I might have a little bit of difficulty with it because Zarkov and Short Round don't exactly trace. You've both got the main hero, you've got Flash and Indy, you've got Willie and Dale. The third person is an eccentric male.
Yeah.
But the role that Short Round plays in Temple and Tomb is a lot different from the role that Zarkov plays, and they don't very much equate as characters. So I'm not sure if they actually belong in the same movies or not.
Yes, I always thought that Zarkov should be in our new version of, or Indy in our new version of Flash. I thought Zarkov should stay in there because I thought we can simply juxtapose him by saying rather than he's been kicked out of NASA, the Nazis want him because of his knowledge of rocketry.
Exactly. It still makes sense.
So it still makes sense. I mean, I must admit, I thought...
So shall we not swap trios, but swap pairs, duos? So the hero and heroine swap.
It kind of makes sense because we could say instead that Short Round is the New York Jets mascot or something like that.
Ah, that's brilliant. Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea. And that makes sense. Yes, take it.
Off to an early start.
Yeah.
Lovely.
On the face of it, it would be really obvious that we just swap the main three characters.
Mm-hmm.
But two of those characters, which are the sidekicks, quote unquote, of their respective trios, are really quite specific. Like, think about the fight between Short Round and the Maharaja.
Exactly. He has more agency than Zarkov technically does. Apart from getting...
But also Zarkov has agency by being able to guide the hero and heroine to places they need to be.
Yes.
They're quite specific to their movies.
Definitely. No, I agree. 100%.
Cool. So we're agreed.
Yep. I do also like the fact that, again, rewatching that, Dale kicks ass.
She does. She does backflips and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. So that's...
For a travel agent, I remind you. A travel agent.
Mm-hmm. I want to go on holiday with that travel agent. Sorry.
Backflips in heels,
yeah.
I'll remind you. In heels. She's quite the athlete.
That's fine. In terms of... What did I put down?
Are you talking about acts? What did you put?
We were talking about it beforehand, and I was saying about Short Round would have been the perfect replacement if you wanted to do a replacement going forward for Indy. It should have been Short Round.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And then, I was obviously thinking at the time that obviously we wouldn't get that from modern Disney.
No.
And because I know that because I've written down here that you wouldn't get that from the Fembot Commander Kennedy.
Bring in the Fembots!
A little insight to your inner thoughts here. Thank you. the Fembot Kennedy. Okay, yeah.
Those aren't machine
Hopefully
gun...
soon to be gone, Fembot Kennedy.
Yes, and those are still not machine gun jubblies that I want to see anytime soon.
I'm not going to grace that with a response. I'm just not.
We're going to move on to having a look at act breaks now.
Acts. I feel like the acts in Flash Gordon are pretty simple because they're both marked by significant deaths.
Okay.
My argument is that Act 1 ends with the execution of Flash Gordon.
Exactly what I've got.
And Act 2 ends with the execution of Clytus.
Yes, I had down... For the end of Act 2, I did have 3 options, but one of them was Clytus.
So what were the other 2?
I had the duel between Flash and Baron.
Oh, right, yeah, which is close to that anyway.
Yeah. Clytus, obviously.
Yeah.
Or it's him being left to die on the Hawkman City.
I feel like Clytus is it's the change in action, isn't it?
It's when Baron takes some decisive action. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Timing wise, they work out about right because Flash's execution is 35 minutes in. Well, the Flash Baron duel I put down is about an hour and 13 minutes. So when you get to Clytus, it's just about the right time.
Yeah, it's only a few minutes out. It's pretty much 35 to 40 minutes each act.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom. I had, and again, it's about the same time. It's about 35 minutes. It's actually 35 minutes exact. It's just before they arrive at Pancot Palace. It's when they find the shrine.
Oh, right.
Because there's all this lovely, wonderful silliness, and then you've got severed fingers. It's a tonal shift.
Oh! You know what? I hadn't considered that. I know the exact moment you're talking about.
Yeah. Don't come up here.
I thought it was when they get to the palace.
That's what was my initial thought, but then I thought,
That gives us a quite short first act for Indy.
Again, it's the same as 35 minutes. It's exactly
really?
35 minutes in. So I timed it.
Really? It feels like it's earlier.
It does. I know it does, but...
Wow. All right. Okay. I think I'll agree. It's a definite change in tone because that's when the guides abandon them and they run away with the elephants and everything like that. So it's like you say, a complete change of tone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
And then for the end of Act 2, it's either when he succumbs to the poison, to the blood, or it's the set piece when Short Round saves him.
It's the set piece when Short Round saved him.
I didn't get time
because
for that
that's when they stop investigating / running.
Yes.
And they start fighting, because after that point they go, we're not just getting out, we're rescuing everyone.
Exactly.
You know, so it's everything changes from that moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never noticed before, at the end of that, you know, when they're there with...
That there.
Sorry.
That there.
Sorry.
That.
No, not that. Sorry, guys. So at the end of Flash Gordon, at the very end when they're saying Baron's taking over and things like this, and you know there's those 2 massive busts of Ming on either side of the stage, or of the set.
Yeah.
I never noticed before on the left one, somebody's graffitied over it, Ming is dead.
No, I never noticed that either. I will have to have a look.
Yeah, because I never spotted the one before when he's in prison.
Oh, well, when Flash Gordon lives?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Flash Gordon lives one. I saw that one early on.
Yeah.
I didn't see it the first time I watched it, but it was like the 3rd or 4th time I watched it. I was like, oh look, it says Flash Gordon lives. But I didn't notice Ming is dead. No. Alright, I'll have to have a look at that one.
Fantastic. Okay.
Basically, the first 5 or 6 scenes of both movies happen exactly the way they did in the original version.
Yes. The only one that we will have a bit of a sticking point with is getting Flash to India. But again, we can worry about that when we do it.
I'll bring it up now, because I did think about it a little bit earlier on. Now, I know that the implicit inference is that... What? Stop it. The implicit inference in Flash Gordon is that it's somewhere in the States, but it doesn't explicitly state that. Zarkov could be anywhere in the world.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see he could be on holiday anywhere in the world.
It didn't state that he was in the States. She just said, oh, did you enjoy your holiday?
Yeah, that's true. I was going to try and see if American football was big anywhere out there, so he could have been on a promotional tour out there.
American sports are incredibly popular in East Asia.
Oh, that's easy then. Because you look at that and you go, that's Scotland. That is definitely shot in Scotland, the start of Flash.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But, okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. In terms of names...
Oh, right. It seemed fairly self-evident to me.
It did, but for the new version of Flash Gordon, I do want to make it Flash! With the exclamation mark at the Temple of Doom.
Okay. Just
so people can have a chuckle at it, Flash at the Temple of Doom.
Oh, dude. Once again, dragging the tone down.
Yes,
sorry. I did not inspire this. I didn't instigate him. You saw it. He did it himself.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You can't blame me this time.
And then for India, I didn't know. I must admit, I didn't actually write anything down. It was going to be something like, I don't know, Indiana Jones and the Menace from Beyond the Stars. I don't know what would be pulp enough. It's crazy to say that considering, but the Outer World Menace or something. No, God, that sounds too much like the Phantom Menace. No.
Well, I know because I happen to have it on DVD at home that one of the Flash Gordon serials was Flash Gordon versus the Conqueror of the Universe.
There we go. It's a long title, but yeah, there we go.
It's an actual one from the 30s. I do have it.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was struggling with that one, so yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yep, that's fine. Put it on a page I haven't marked yet because I haven't taken any notes. My lazy ass hasn't started.
In which case, which one do you want to do first?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Sorry, I'm not getting a star very easily. There we go. They're both going to be immense fun. They're both going to be immensely silly. I don't know which one to begin with. I'm going to be honest. Do you have a preference?
I don't know.
So,
well, shall we ask?
Yes, we'll put it to a vote.
Yeah.
A very short one.
It will be a very short one because of obviously how we film these. But yeah, do let us know. Just let us know in the comments. I won't do it as a poll or anything. Just let us know in the comments which one you'd like to see us do first. We'll only have to be able to run it for next Friday when this comes out. So let us know by sort of lunchtime Saturday because that's probably when we're going to be filming the next of these.
So respond quickly.
We will be back as we always are at 4 o'clock UK time next Wednesday with Act 1 of whichever one of these you'd like to see us do first. As always, take care of yourselves, have a brilliant weekend, have a brilliant start to next week. We will see you on Wednesday.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.